Hey guys, so I just want to talk about the Hunger Games, and like not the Hunger Games is kind of like my example to talk about what I really want to talk about. I have not read the books or seen the movie, so if you want to hear an ignorant opinion, keep watching this video. If you are gonna call me ignorant, and if you're gonna like tell me, oh, go see the movie, go read the books before you talk about it, like, go away, because I realize that I'm making this video more or less kind of in the dark about the whole situation. But I've been watching a lot of reviews, and I know the plot of the Hunger Games pretty well, because of all the reviews and because it's kind of hard not to, because it's all anyone talks about. First off, I just want to say that it seems like a really interesting plot and like some really good books. I'm excited to read them. I do plan to read the books and then see the movie in that order. And I'm really like curious about them. And I want to, like, the plot seems like something that I would like a lot. And it seems very well thought out and just like deep and interesting and really good. However, I do have, like, I guess, criticism of the movie, even though I haven't seen the movie, which sounds a little bit weird, but,
Ann.
Stop.
Ann.
From what I'm doing a video, I don't want it, from what I've heard about, like,
You bitch.
in reviews, people who've read the books loved the movie. They loved it. People who haven't were very like disturbed by the movie and didn't really get it, I guess, and like they just didn't enjoy it for the most part. Like, I guess some of them did, but a lot of them didn't. And I feel like that's something that I've noticed a lot. Like, having read the Twilight books, which are horrible books, horribly written books, before I went and saw the movie, I had a little bit of a deeper understanding of everything, and I could fill in blanks. And I've heard that with Harry Potter books too, even though I haven't read those books. With Percy Jackson, my having read the books helped me so much with my understanding of the movie, and it was probably why I liked that movie so much, besides Logan Lerman's beautiful eyes. Like,
That movie was awful.
That's just, no, it was such a good movie.
Are you kidding? It was awful.
What are you talking about?
They left out so many important parts.
Not really.
Yeah.
They just changed things.
They changed things, and they left out some pretty important parts of the book.
Stop talking to me. So
I'm making a valid point.
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they? Like, they left out like some big chunks that were like, oh yeah, and Percy wasn't 12. Percy wasn't 12.
He wasn't 12.
Percy wasn't 12.
He wasn't 12.
But that's not the point of this movie. Well, it kind of is. Like, I feel like too often when movie companies try to make like movies from books, they leave out so much like of the important stuff, and they like change things to make it more like movie appropriate so that they feel like the moviegoers will understand it more, but then they don't, and it just like if you haven't read the books, you sit there like, okay, like it's just not the same. And I wish that movie makers would try to like have like more of the important like character development and more of the important like really making sure that the plot is understood, because I feel like with these book readers and with the people who like when you read a book, you have a deep understanding to the plot and a deep connection with the characters.
They actually did the same thing with the Transformers series of movies too.
And you just like, it's just a different experience, and it's so much richer. And I feel like sometimes in a way that is in their control, movies don't do that, and I feel like they should more. And I feel like then maybe the Hunger Games would be more like, more people would like it, because I feel like these Hunger Games fans that are like, oh, just read the books first and then you'll get it, like, if it's a good like standalone film, it should be good without having read the books. Like, sure, the books, like, I think that reading is more fun than seeing movies. Like, I think that reading...
It's like TV in your head!
like reading's great, and I don't discourage reading, but if you're gonna make a good movie, the movie should be good without having to have known the plot going into it to be able to enjoy it. That's not a good movie to me if you would have had to have like already gotten all the plot in order to actually enjoy the movie, which I feel is like what's going on with the Hunger Games, and even something that Hunger Games fans are like saying and are okay with. Like, it's just weird to me, and I feel like that doesn't make it a good movie. Like, I don't know, it's just weird. But I do plan on reading the books and then seeing the movie because of all the reviews that I've seen. I want to like it so bad that I feel like I need to read the books first. But yeah, so that's how I feel. And like with Percy being not 12, like they made him older because they could get the whole like hot guy thing, but it made it so that it took away from like the richness of the whole situation, and like there was no prophecy or anything. It was just like, if you haven't read or seen The Lightning Thief, then
there was no like naive child in it.
Well, yeah, it wasn't a kid, so it wasn't like the same. Like, it wasn't like this kid who's like young and is just starting out, and it wasn't. Then there was no prophecy either. You're not part of this video.
I am a part.
There was no prophecy either, which is such an important part of the whole series and just the first book. And it made it so that they couldn't do a sequel or a third or fourth like the books are, because he wasn't 12 and he wasn't, like, there was no purpose to what he was doing, kind of, because he wasn't 12, and it was something that they could have just made him 12. They could have just cast a kid and had them all have been kids instead of like had them grow up. Like, I don't know, like that's what they did with Harry Potter, and it made so much more. Like, what if
they even have like the same
what
actors
if in
from
the first Harry Potter book Harry Potter had been 17? Like, it does, like, think about that. It doesn't make sense. And so I don't understand movie makers ruining everything. And I feel like that's what happened with the Hunger Games, and I feel like
that also happened
that's
with
really sad. Although I haven't seen it. So I haven't seen it. But I don't know. It's just like that's what I feel like I'm getting from everyone, and
it did the same thing with
it's sad to me. But I love you guys. And I'll see you soon. Hopefully.